this is what you think opera has to sound like, then think again.
So this is an excerpt from the aria, and in this aria, each of the instrumental musical components include some sort of natural world device to them. In this case, the diva, the opera singer, is a bee, a little pollinating bumblebee.
That's Leslie Latham, artistic director of Project Blank and the pollinating bee diva of Park Opera.
The Park Opera is a modular opera installation where you take the component parts of an opera and then scatter them around a public park. And so people can take it at their own pace, take in as little or as much of it as they want. We'll give them a map when they arrive at our lobby, which will be the Morton Fig Tree. And we've got a path that we've designated for them, but people can take it at their pleasure.
It's an opera about listening.
All of the sounds that the musicians are playing are really, really small, and this gestural language that invites the listener to kind of get closer.
Like for this flute solo.
So it's more percussive than it is like melodic in this movement in particular.
Composer Wojciech Blechasz creates a score that shows musician Anita Chandavakar how to play in an innovative way.
So this is what's called the head joint of an alto flute. And so you're supposed to play with like opening and closing this part. And then you're also supposed to have syllables that you say at the same time across what's called the embouchure hole, which is right here. So it's like, so it creates these like different kind of sounds that interface with the opera, which is really interesting. And then you have closed hole, open hole, like with the closed hole. And then outside you would just hold your hand like this. And then you do a fist, turn, fist. It is kind of complex, but I mean, I think it's very interesting. And once you get into it, you kind of get into a flow with it.
Getting into the flow means listening becomes the protagonist in this opera. And sometimes the park provides a bed of white noise. Or adds its own punctuation to the composition.
And at this part of the opera, we will have the binoculars station. So in an opera house, you use your spectacles to see the stage, but in this case, we're going to use them to hear bigger. Amplify the natural world with very analog tools like glass bottles and beakers.
It's all about composing your own listening experience, and by filtering a white noise and filtering using different materials next to your ears, you can hear different sounds.
Blechasz has performed Park Opera in different spaces around the globe, and he'll be tailoring it to Balboa Park.
This is the San Diego version of Park Opera, and this soundwalk is especially adapted for Balboa Park. Balboa Park is the libretto for the opera.
The park itself is a transformative place, and then the opera then just heightens that. It kind of helps you to disappear in this fantasy land.
A fantasy land that may contain unicorns.
In Park Opera, we invited the unicorns to perform with us, and they actually like to eat the rose petals.
So not really a place to come burdened with expectations.
I think leave them all behind, right? Expect the unexpected to be such a cliche, but bring sunscreen, bring some headphones. But yeah, come ready to engage in sound and performance in a way that you might never get a chance to see again.
And most importantly, be all ears.
Yeah, come with an open mind and open ears to actively listen to and enjoy Project Blank's Park Opera as it unfolds across Balboa Park for one day only tomorrow starting at 4 p.m. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.